For first-time travelers, the thrill of exploring new places, cultures, and experiences can be exhilarating, but also a bit overwhelming. Whether you're planning a short domestic trip or heading across the globe, there are some essential things you should know to ensure a smooth and enjoyable journey. In this video, we're going to cover 5 key pieces of information that every first-time traveler should know. We'll walk through tips, insights, and strategies that will not only make your travel experience easier, but also help you feel more prepared and confident on your journey. Let's dive in and start with some fundamental steps that will set you up for success on your trip. Number 1, planning and booking essentials. One of the first things to understand as a new traveler is that planning is everything. A well-thought-out plan can make your trip enjoyable and reduce the chances of encountering unexpected hiccups. This might sound obvious, but it's amazing how many travelers miss essential details or leave things to the last minute. When it comes to booking flights, it's best to book them early, as prices tend to increase the closer you get to your travel date. Many airlines and travel sites offer deals, so keeping an eye on prices can save you money. And if you're traveling during peak seasons, booking well in advance becomes even more critical. It's also wise to look into flight cancellation policies. Some flights may seem cheap, but they could come with hefty cancellation fees, so knowing the terms ahead of time is essential. Alongside this, consider travel insurance. It's often overlooked by new travelers, but it can be a lifesaver if something unexpected happens, like a delayed flight, lost luggage, or even a medical emergency abroad. Travel insurance can cover many of these things, providing you with peace of mind and potentially saving you a lot of hassle and money. When booking accommodations, you also have a range of options, from traditional hotels to vacation rentals and hostels. Consider what's most important to you. Is it location, comfort, amenities, or budget? If you're looking for more affordable options, check for well-rated hostels or short-term rentals. On the other hand, if you prioritize amenities like room service, a gym, or a pool, a hotel might be the better choice. Many booking platforms allow you to filter by amenities and neighborhood to find the best option that fits your needs. And make sure to read reviews from past guests. Reviews can give you an honest look at what to expect beyond just the official listing descriptions. Number 2, packing wisely. Now, let's move on to packing. First-time travelers often overpack, which can lead to extra baggage fees, heavy bags to lug around, and even lost items. Try to plan your wardrobe based on the activities you'll be doing and the weather in your destination. A great trick is to lay out everything you think you'll need and then reduce it by about a third. Remember, you can usually wash clothes if necessary, and you're likely to buy souvenirs or other items while traveling, so a bit of extra space in your suitcase can be a good idea. In terms of essentials, make sure to pack important documents like your passport, visas, and travel insurance details, and keep these in a secure, accessible spot. It's also a smart idea to carry copies of these documents, either printed or digital, in case you lose the originals. If you're flying, pay attention to carry-on restrictions. Most airlines have size and weight limits, so double-check these to avoid last-minute surprises at the airport. Liquids are another important consideration. For example, most airlines limit liquid containers in carry-ons to 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters, so keep this in mind when packing toiletries. Number 3, airport and security tips. Arriving at the airport can be a bit daunting for first-timers, but following a few simple steps can help. For most flights, it's recommended to arrive at least 2 hours before a domestic flight and 3 hours before an international one. This will give you plenty of time to check in, go through security, and find your gate without feeling rushed. Check-in can be done online in advance, usually 24 hours before your flight, which can save you time at the airport. If you have checked baggage, you'll still need to go to the counter to drop it off, but the process will be quicker if you're already checked in. Security screening is another point where things can get held up, so make sure you're prepared by having your ID and boarding pass ready. Be mindful of items that may need to be removed for screening, like laptops, liquids, belts, jackets, and sometimes even shoes, depending on the airport. When it comes to getting through customs and immigration in a foreign country, Each country has its own procedures. Upon arrival, you'll likely be asked to show your passport, and some countries may ask you about your travel plans or the address where you'll be staying. Answer honestly and clearly, as these questions are standard for travelers and are simply a part of the entry process. In some places, you may also need to declare any goods or items you're bringing into the country. It's good practice to review the entry requirements for your destination, as some countries have restrictions on bringing in certain foods, plants, or other items. Number 4. Handling money and currency. Currency and finances are another essential part of travel. Many people wonder whether they should exchange currency before arriving at their destination. Generally, it's a good idea to have a small amount of local currency on hand when you arrive, as this can cover immediate expenses like transportation from the airport, tips, or meals. However, for larger amounts, it's often better to use ATMs or exchange services in the destination country, as they typically offer better rates than airport currency exchanges. Notify your bank about your travel plans, as some banks may freeze your account if they detect foreign transactions. It's also wise to have a mix of payment options: a debit or credit card with international access, as well as some cash, can help you handle various situations. Additionally, be aware of any foreign transaction fees your bank might charge, and consider using a travel-friendly card if possible. Number 5. Respecting local culture and safety. A major component of travel that first-time travelers should be mindful of is respecting the local culture. Traveling offers a unique opportunity to experience new cultures and traditions, and showing respect for these can enhance your experience. Take the time to learn a few basic phrases in the local language, such as hello, please, and thank you. Even if you're not fluent, locals appreciate the effort, and it can go a long way in making connections. It's also useful to familiarize yourself with cultural norms, such as appropriate dress, gestures, and etiquette in public places. Each culture has its own expectations for behavior, and being aware of these can help you avoid misunderstandings and show respect to the people in your host country. For example, in some cultures, it's customary to remove shoes before entering someone's home, while in others, personal space is more emphasized. Small details like these can significantly impact how you're perceived and welcomed by locals. Finally, let's talk about safety. When traveling, especially if you're alone, it's important to be cautious without letting fear prevent you from exploring. Start by sharing your itinerary with family or friends, so someone knows your plans. This way, if anything unexpected happens, someone is aware of where you are. Keep your valuables close and avoid displaying expensive items like jewelry or electronics in public. For emergency contacts, it's smart to save the local emergency number and your country's embassy contact information in your phone. Additionally, familiarize yourself with basic directions from your accommodation to nearby areas, like hospitals or police stations, for an added layer of security. Many cities also offer travel safety apps that provide updates on local areas, tourist advisories, and even translation support if you need it. Traveling for the first time can be an amazing experience, and with these tips, you're well prepared to navigate the essentials of planning, packing, cultural awareness, safety, and more. Remember, each destination has its own unique qualities, and part of the joy of traveling is learning, adapting, and growing through these new experiences. So take your time, enjoy the journey, and know that you're setting off on an adventure that's as much about discovering new places as it is about discovering more about yourself. Thank you for watching. If you find this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe. You should also turn on the notification bell to get update when new videos are posted.